Is the UK property market about to crash? Are all the headlines true? The doom, the gloom, all the landlords exiting, do not put your money in property, find something else? Well, in this video, I'm going to explain to you what I think is right, and I'm going to go through some of the headlines for you guys to make an informed decision on your future in property. First and foremost, we have to assess the different types of properties. You have your terraced properties, your semi-detached, your detached, your HMOs, your multi-blocks and your commercials. So there's different properties with different strategies. And all you see on social media is the doom and the gloom. Negativity sells way more than positivity. So when you're looking at areas and when you're looking at property strategies, you've got to understand that some work in certain areas where they don't work in other areas. And some work really well in other areas where they don't work in different areas. So you've got to make sure you understand what's going on. And right now, I'm going to give you a breakdown of that. Behind me are your typical terraced houses in a working class area. Now, these properties are usually the ones that are first-time property investors. So if you're brand new to the industry, this is something that you would buy right at the beginning of your journey. They are great for first-time buyers. Now, they're great for first-time buyers because of the affordability. They're great for first-time investors because they don't take a lot of renovation, refurbing, and hopefully you can do the buy, refurbish, refinance, rent strategy, which means you buy something, you add some value, you pull all your money back out, and then you rent it out. That's what it wants to do. That's what BRRR is all about. But also for these, the rental is exceptional. So in the UK right now, the rental market is soaring. It's going through the roof. Rents are at an all-time high, and there's certain things you've got to do to protect yourself. So if you are getting into the industry and you are looking for a £120,000 purchase here in the Midlands, you want to make sure that if you're going to rent it out, you get a guarantor. You choose a management agency that have got some credibility and have been around a while. You make sure that the clients are vetted, that they've got certain jobs and they've got long-term contracts, hopefully. You take a 3 months deposit up front. You can protect yourself. So all the doom and gloom about getting evicted and trying to get people out of your property, you can combat it to a certain extent, okay? Now, first-time buyers. Great properties to flip. If you can buy a decent terraced house for a decent price, 2-3 bedrooms, you can add some value to it. You can sell it then to first-time buyers who don't want to do any work. They just want to move in, get out of mom and dad's house, get out of rentals, get out of their grandparents' house. They're really excited. So these types of houses are absolutely awesome in the market today. So behind me are your semi-detached properties. Now, these are the type of properties in today's market that are absolutely ideal to flip. These are for your 2 adults, 2 children, perfect houses for families. And if you can pick them up at the right price, spend the right amount of money on them, you can make a decent profit. So for a flip property, these types of houses are what you want to aim for. You want to look at your nan and granddad's interior, and that's how you know you can add the most value. And when you find them, you need to make sure that you get them for the right price, you know what the refurb cost is, and you understand the end value. But in today's market, flipping is still a great way to make money. So far, out of 2, we have really good positives and no real negatives. So is the property market going to crash, or is it dead, or is it finished in the UK? So far, I don't think so. Now we're in the market where properties are £300,000, £400,000, £500,000. And in this market right now, it's a difficult market. Interest rates are high, and people buying these types of houses are feeling, the pinch. They're financially not in a great position, and they're working more hours to cover the more expenses. And these types of houses just aren't really selling like they used to. It will pick up again in the future because that's how it goes in waves, up and down. But right now, £300,000, £400,000, £500,000 properties are not really moving as quick as the hundreds, £150,000, £200,000 properties. So when it comes to these types, this is where the market is a little bit stale. So for flipping, it's not really there. For rentals, it's not really there even for rentals, because the rentals on these are quite high. They're off £1,700 to £2,500. So this is where we are now going into a bit of a negative in this video. But silver lining, you still will be able to sell some properties, and they are out there for everybody, because if it's the right price, they will be sold. But that means you've got to purchase it for the right price. And right now, it is a buyer's market. It's not a seller's market. And lots of sellers are having to maybe downgrade in size because of the pinch that they're feeling. And my advice to you guys, look for the deals still, because if you do have cash and you can sit on certain properties that are £300,000, £400,000, £500,000, in about 18 months to 2 years, you will understand how well you have done in this cycle. So negativity, yes, but we're still finishing on a positive. Now in the West Midlands, we are here with the high-end luxury properties that sell for £800,000 all the way up to a few million, maybe 3 million. And these are perfect for flipping, because anybody who can afford to buy one of these properties is actually not looking at interest rates. They are not looking at certain things that other people in the world look at. They know what they want, and if they see it and they like it, they will buy it. They are always looking to get a deal. They will always try and negotiate things, but the high-end luxury market right now is on fire. So for property flips, it's incredible. For rentals, it doesn't work. But again, different strategies in different areas work differently. So other strategies that I can talk about when it comes to property world, HMOs. Now, HMOs are a fantastic cash flowing asset. There's lots of tired landlords in the UK right now that are offloading HMOs that they've owned for 10, 15, 20 years. This is a perfect time for you guys to grab a bargain, add some value, refinance it, hopefully pull as much money out of it as you possibly can, and get the high flowing cash rental income from them. Then we have multi-blocks, which are your buildings that have 1 and 2 bedroom apartments in, flats in. They can range from 4 all the way up into whatever it wants to be, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. These are incredible right now. With the multi-blocks, you need to find somebody who understands them. If you don't understand them and you have the cash to deploy in them, you need to make sure you find a person who understands how they work. Why do people like the multi-blocks? Because they've got multiple rooms under one property, and it makes it easier to manage, and it makes it easier to understand the rent roll. You've got one service charge instead of having individual flats dotted around all the country. So people love multi-blocks in today's society. But again, is the property market going to crash? Now, this month we have had a fall in sales. We've had a fall in sale prices as well. It's dropped, and the whole of social media is going crazy. The news is talking about it. Everyone's having a big, oh my God, this could be the end of the property world. Everyone's exiting the market. The landlords are getting out, etc., etc. No, guys. The property market is definitely not going to crash right now. We are not in a crash. What we are in is a buyer's market and not a seller's market. It basically means that we, investors and developers, have a lot of power right now in order to make the most amount of money. The rental market right now for the landlords is incredible. It's just that the older landlords, the older generation that have been in this industry for 20, 30, 40 years, they've seen so many changes that they're thinking, right, it's time for me to get out. But that gives you fresh hope. That gives you the chance to step in and become whatever you want to become. Do you want to be the biggest in the country? Do you want to become a property developer? Do you want to have an unbelievable portfolio that means you can leave work? Well, this is the chance and this is the opportunity for you guys to actually achieve it. If you want me to break these strategies down in depth and in detail for you, and you love these types of conversations and stuff like that, come down on the 16th of August to Birmingham, where I will be holding my How to Change Your Life Blueprint seminar, where I will talk to you about HMOs, BRRR, flips, deal sourcing, project management, how to raise finance, so much more stuff that we go over throughout the whole day. It's £11 a ticket. But guys, trust me, the property market is well and truly alive. It's not dead. Rentals are unbelievable. flips are working a treat if you understand the levels of money that you need to go to. Buy, refurbish, refinance, rent, that's all down to what price you secure a house for. I can teach you how to get them for the right price. Comment below, like this video, subscribe to my channel. I will be back with another banger very soon. And guys, guess what? Property by Steve is just getting started.